Do you think that it's very vital and important for you to translate your listings into different languages if you sell on different Amazon marketplaces? And if so, can you actually do it just by using Google Translate? In this episode of Sellers Society, right here on our YouTube channel, Amazon Sellers Society, I'm interviewing Omar, the CEO, co-founder of Margin Business. And we're going to be talking about translation. What's the proper way of optimizing and translating your listing when you're selling on multiple marketplaces, multiple Amazon marketplaces, or even if you are targeting different customers in different regions and you're selling on your own Shopify store. Very important knowledge and information to learn. How do you do keyword research? All of this stuff in our interview. But if, in case you didn't know, Sellers Society is not only a podcast, the name of this lovely podcast on our channel, it is also the name of our software. And Sellers Society can help you as an Amazon seller, especially if you are a beginner, especially if you sell on Amazon and on Shopify, anywhere in the world. It can help you make more money by showing you the data necessary for you to make the correct decisions. Should you be raising your price? Should you be lowering your ads? All of that information and so much more. Make sure that you check it out, sellersociety.io. Let's get started. So Omar, we're going to be talking about everything: listing optimization, keyword research, content, and definitely about translating and if you should or shouldn't. But before you get started and before we dive deep into it, let everybody know exactly who you are and all about Margin Business as well.
Thank you for having me, Crystal. My name is Omar Angri. I'm the CEO and co-founder of marginbusiness.com. We optimize and localize listings for the European Union. And it's really localization. Some people would say translation, but we prefer to say localization because translating is only the literal or the translation of the product. And we really go deep into the cultural aspects. So we understand exactly what the customers in the specific region within the European Union need.
Perfect. So we're going to definitely dive a little bit deeper into that and what that basically means, because I'm sure a lot of people are thinking, why do I need to localize or even translate my listings? But before we talk about that, let's talk about listings, because I find a lot of people, when they dive into Amazon and they start researching it, a lot of them do come from sales backgrounds. A lot of them might even come from retail backgrounds. A lot of people are already selling products, but they are selling them in brick and mortar stores or on their own website. So what is the reason why we focus and we talk so much about listings and optimizing the listings? Is it for Amazon or is it for the customer that's logging in? So why is listing optimization so important?
I mean, it's for both parties, it's for Amazon and it's for the customer. Yeah. Like a few years ago, we didn't really need that, everyone could just go on there, put their listing on, and it was fine, Yeah. But what we didn't know at that time, that if we would have done an effort to do more, maybe we would have tripled our sales. So Actually, everyone was a bit spoiled at that time because just putting a listing on and that's it. But maybe we didn't make the most out of it. So we will never know, because at that time, maybe the algorithm was not that sophisticated like now. Maybe the customers as well were not so spoiled as now. So we really have to make sure that everything is 100%. So it's the same as when you go in a store, as you already mentioned, brick and mortar. You don't want a dusty store and a storefront where with products lying around. You want something 100%. You go in, you say, oh, wow, this lady, she has my handbag, oh, this looks so nice. And the lady looks nice. And, and as well for the region, has she different clothes? adapted everything adapted to the region, to the region you're selling it. So optimizing the listing with photos, with the text, it's like an art right now. So we're getting more and more into it because everything gets more and more professional.
Exactly, 100%. The idea is just putting a product on Amazon and hoping for the best. That's no longer, you started it correctly. That's no longer possible anymore. You have to do the effort. So let's take it in steps as much as possible. Let's assume whoever is watching this, they have already identified a product and they want to list it on whichever Amazon that they want. What are the steps that somebody should take if they want to create a really well-rounded listing? Now, before I continue with this video, I did do a members only, a Sellers Society exclusive video that's only available to our members and users of Sellers Society with Omar. You can check it out and learn more information by simply subscribing and becoming a user of Sellers Society. Again, sellerssociety.io. Let's continue.
I mean, before the listing, I would really go in and do a big research on Amazon. Obviously, we have tools for that. We have Zone Guru, we have Helium 10, which can help you a lot in order to understand which product you should sell in which region.
Yeah.
So once you, I mean, the process here, we can go really deep into it, but let's focus on the next step.
Yeah.
Now, when you have the product, in between, you need as well go and check the reviews, because every country has different needs for a product. And that's why reviews are as well very important. So when you check all of this and you really put your, you're sure that you're going to order your product, then you can go into the listing. I would recommend not to order too much in the first for the first order, because you can check the reviews, you can check other sellers. I'm sure they're doing mistakes, because you don't get a product which don't exist on Amazon. So what you want to look at is to improve it along the way. So check the reviews first of all, then check the images. What works for others, for the best sellers, works for you. Don't try to be a unicorn. You know, it's like you can reinvent the wheel, yes, but it's going to be hard. But there's people out there who done it already. So check the listings, check the text. Don't copy the text, obviously. Hire a company like ours who do the copy for you.
Yeah.
Keywords. You can do your own keyword research. This is even the best, you know, when you come to a company and say, listen, this is what I found. Can you please double check if I have done this right? Don't let everything be done without understanding. For example, you throw everything at the company. Help a little bit, you know, that we, not in the terms of help us with the work, for example, but help that you understand as well what you're doing, because this is very important in the process afterwards. So we are here to help, or agencies are here to help, but they will not hold your hand along the way through the whole sales and through the whole process. So it's super important to really have this in mind. Then when you have the text, make sure that you have as well brand registry, because brand registry will give you the opportunity to have A+ content. A+ content is an enhanced description, which comes under your image, and which can give you as well about, you know, when you do it correctly, 25% more in sales. I mean, that's the maximum what I'm saying, but this is, it really increases your sales as well. So this is the steps. These are the steps, what I would say. And as well, when you have the brand registry, there will not be any jump listers. There will be still jump listers, but less than when you don't have a brand registry. And as well, your image from outside and for the customers will be more professional. And as well, if anyone wants to hijack your listing, they will first check, who are you? Are you a little family business, or are you a really serious business? Can we do this with him, or should we not do it?
Yeah.
So really, now, like I said already before, professionalism is really, really important.
Mm-hmm. It's all about the image. At the end of the day, it's all about the image, not necessarily the picture, but the image that you are showing up online. Like if you are going to a very, 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 very important job interview, like the most important job interview of your life. You're definitely going to want to look good and presentable. You want to show the best image. You're not lying to anyone, but you're putting your best image out there. So I guess it's the same thing when you're like, I think about it the same way when you're selling a product. You obviously want the product to look its best. Now, the great thing about Amazon, and the thing that we both love, me and you, is the fact that you can set it up in one market, become successful, learn everything that you need to learn. And technically speaking, all you need to do is copy and repeat, either in different marketplaces, repeat the process, either in different marketplaces or in the same marketplace for different products. But of course, it's beautiful, the fact that you can, if you're living anywhere, you can be selling anywhere. It's just absolutely mind-blowing that, you sometimes sell a product in a country where you've never even visited. So what do you need to do from a perspective of what you just said in the beginning, localizing a listing? Can I get a listing? Like, as an example, I live in Dubai. We manage a lot of accounts on Amazon in the UAE. Would it be normal for somebody that's watching us right now, that's based in the US, to get their US listing that's doing very well and just copy the same exact thing and put it in the UAE? There are a lot of US citizens living here. Everybody speaks English. Is that something normal to do?
No, not really. Because
I know that.
I mean, I'm coming across a lot of these questions, and as well customers who are just saying or done it already, and then they come to us and say, "Hey, listen, I don't sell in the UK."
Yeah.
Okay. So
the
first thing what we
do, yeah.
Exactly. Why we cannot sell? First of all, I would ask them, have you done a research that this product is accepted by UK customers?
Yep.
UK customers don't have the same buying pattern as a US customer.
Yeah.
So this is the first question I would ask. And the second one is, I would obviously do a quick search if their keywords are indexed, mm-hmm. and if they rank for anything. And if this is not the case, then the second question is, what have you done with your listing? Did you copy it?
Yeah.
And most of them would say, yeah, because I thought it's English, I said, no, it's not the same. I mean, it's very simple. There is, even if it's the same language, there are some words, even if it's just some words, it's different. Sometimes you have to change the whole copy from US into the UK, or from UK into the US, in order to reach the customer, for example, for the US, or to reach the customer in the UK. Yeah. Because for the US, everything is very strong, very big, because they have really, really good marketing and very loud marketing, mm-hmm. which don't apply for the UK, for example. I mean, they're as well going in that direction, but it's still different. So we have to change keywords, yeah. and the text, and maybe even the pictures.
Important. And that's between the US and UK, which are like very, very yes. similar to each other. So what would somebody do if they wanted to do exactly that? What are a few tips that you can give someone that is thinking of going into, let's say they sell right here in the UAE, and they want to move and start selling in Germany, like completely different market, completely different culture. How can you localize your listing?
First of all, what I won't do is to translate the listing, what they yes. have from the UAE.
Yes. Yes.
I would not translate it directly. I would put somebody on who understands obviously English, but at the same time, maybe understands as well the culture of the UAE if the listing is already adapted.
Yes.
Then localize it into Germany.
Yeah.
and at the same time do a keyword research for this as well. I mean, we don't speak about the PPC aspect at the moment, but this as well needs to be researched. It cannot. I've seen plenty even the last few weeks. I've seen plenty of people who came and said, "Listen, we don't sell even with a big budget of PPC." And when we look at it, then we see that there is no correlation between the listings and the PPC campaigns, because the keywords have been done by a different company, and the listing has not been by an outsourced company from a different country, and the listing has not been optimized. So all of this plays a role for the algorithm and the customer. So you have two opponents against you if you don't follow the rules, which are hidden rules right now. Obviously, they are not. I mean, we do videos about it, but they're not somewhere on Amazon that this is the first, this is the second, what you need to do.
Perfect.
So,
Omar, if anybody wants to contact you guys and learn a little bit more about what you do, how can they contact you? Of course, I'll leave all of the details also in the description box below this video. But how can they communicate with you if they're thinking, if they're having issues with their listings, they're not finding good sales, or if they want to move into another market? Where can they find you and contact you for more help?
Okay, normally it's we are marginbusiness.com, so it's very easy, the margin and then the business. So marginbusiness.com. My email address is omar@marginbusiness.com as well, very easy. And LinkedIn, we are very active on LinkedIn, and it's pretty easy to find us there. Just type Margin Business and you will see all the posts that we're doing, and it's very informative for you, and you can already understand what we do. And then if you want, you can reach out to us.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Omar.
Thank you for having me, Crystal.